The intensity of WWE's women's division was on full display during the latest episode of SmackDown, but it came at a cost for Rhea Ripley. Competing in a high-impact singles match against WWE Women's United States champion Giulia at the Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida, Ripley walked away with a visible facial injury that quickly became a major talking point among fans. The bout itself was a non-title encounter, despite both competitors holding championship gold. Ripley currently stands as one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions alongside IYO SKY, while Giulia holds the Women's United States Championship. Even without titles on the line, the clash felt like a statement match between two of the most physically intense competitors on the roster. From the opening bell, Giulia showcased the aggressive, hard-hitting style that made her stand out long before arriving in WWE. Known for her striking ability and relentless pace, she appeared determined to test Ripley's endurance. Throughout much of the contest, Giulia controlled the momentum, landing stiff forearms and sharp kicks that forced Ripley to absorb significant punishment. According to Wrestling News, the injury seemingly occurred when Ripley took a curb stomp during the match. The move, delivered with force and precision, appeared to catch Ripley flush. Moments later, signs of damage were visible on her face, sparking immediate concern among viewers both in attendance and watching from home. Despite the apparent injury, Ripley continued to compete. That resilience has become a defining characteristic of her career. Time and again, she has demonstrated a willingness to push through pain in order to deliver high-level performances. The SmackDown encounter was no different. Even after taking heavy offense, she refused to back down. As the match progressed, chaos erupted. Nia Jax and Lash legends stormed into the fray, attacking both Ripley and Giulia. The interference shifted the tone from competitive showdown to all-out brawl. With both women under assault, the rivalry web within the women's division grew even more complicated. IYO SKY eventually rushed to the ring to make the save for her tag team partner. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champion leveled the playing field, driving off the attackers and preventing further damage to Ripley. The visual of Sky standing beside an injured but defiant Ripley reinforced their unity as champions. The incident adds another chapter to Ripley's ongoing feud with Giulia and Kiana James. As tag team champions, Ripley and Sky have found themselves in a heated rivalry that continues to escalate. Giulia's singles dominance in this match, combined with outside interference from Jackson legend, underscores how volatile the women's division has become. Ripley's injury also raises questions about her readiness for upcoming high-stakes competition. She is scheduled to compete in the Women's Elimination Chamber match, one of WWE's most physically grueling stipulations. The chamber structure itself is unforgiving, with steel pods, chain-link walls, and little margin for error. Entering such a match with a facial injury could pose additional risks. This is not the first time Ripley has dealt with a notable facial injury. In 2024, she suffered an orbital socket and broken nose injury that forced her to wear a protective face mask during appearances. The mask became a temporary symbol of her toughness as she continued to perform at a high level despite the setback. Then again in 2025, Ripley sustained another broken nose injury, requiring a second stint with protective facial gear. Those incidents demonstrated her resilience and ability to adapt. Rather than slowing her momentum, each return reinforced her reputation as one of WWE's most durable competitors. Now, with this latest visible injury, fans are once again speculating about whether she will need additional protection moving forward. While there has been no official announcement regarding the severity, the history of previous facial injuries adds weight to the concern. The match itself also highlights the growing star power of Giulia. Dominating large portions of the contest against someone of Ripley's caliber is no small accomplishment. Giulia's striking offense and willingness to push the limits continue to define her presence in WWE. Even in a non-title match, she made a statement. At the same time, Ripley's willingness to endure punishment reinforces her status as a cornerstone of the women's division. She has built her reputation on intensity and fearlessness, taking a curb stomp and continuing to fight aligns with that persona. The involvement of Nia Jax and Lash legend further complicates the championship landscape. Their attack on both competitors suggests shifting alliances and potential multi-woman confrontations in the near future. With so many moving pieces, the women's division feels unpredictable and dynamic. IYO SKY's timely save also strengthens the narrative of the tag team champions standing united against mounting threats. As champions, they are targets. Every challenger aims to exploit weaknesses. An injured partner could be perceived as vulnerability, but Sky's presence ensures Ripley is not alone. The Amerant Bank Arena crowd witnessed a match that combined technical skill, power, and chaos. Even though the contest ended without a decisive finish due to interference, the aftermath may have a longer-lasting impact than the result itself. Looking ahead to the women's Elimination Chamber match, Ripley's condition will be closely monitored. The chamber demands peak physical readiness. Competitors must withstand multiple opponents and the unforgiving structure. If Ripley enters the match nursing a facial injury, it could influence strategy and outcome. Yet history suggests she will not back down. Previous injuries did not sideline her for long. Instead, they became part of her narrative, obstacles she overcame. Whether this latest injury proves minor or more significant, Ripley's track record indicates she will confront it head-on. The rivalry with Giulia and Kiana James also promises to intensify. Injuries often fuel storylines, adding emotional stakes and personal vendettas. If Ripley believes Giulia's offense contributed directly to her latest setback, that could escalate tensions further. Meanwhile, the broader women's division continues to evolve. Multiple champions, intersecting feuds, and high-profile matches create a competitive environment where every encounter matters. Even non-title bouts can shift momentum and redefine rivalries. For fans, the visible injury serves as a reminder of the physical toll professional wrestling takes. Behind the spectacle lies real impact. Each stomp, strike, and slam carries risk. Ripley's situation underscores the dedication required to compete at this level. As of now, no official update has detailed the exact severity of the injury. However, her history with orbital and nose injuries makes this development particularly noteworthy. The possibility of another protective mask has already sparked conversation online. Ultimately, Rhea Ripley's latest SmackDown match against Giulia will be remembered not just for its intensity, but for its consequences. A curb stomp that seemingly led to visible damage, outside interference that disrupted the finish, and a dramatic save from IYO SKY combined to create a pivotal moment in the ongoing narrative of the women's division. With the women's Elimination Chamber looming and rivalries heating up, all eyes remain on Ripley's recovery. Will she once again defy the odds and compete at full throttle, or will this injury reshape her path in the weeks ahead? One thing is certain, adversity has never stopped Rhea Ripley before, and the road forward promises to be just as intense as the battle she endured in Sunrise, Florida.